Concept of Curriculum Development Presentation, Melanie Brotherton, EDLD 5483, Curriculum Development. First, let's start with what is curriculum? Curriculum is a description of the content or information that is going to be taught and the methods that are going to be used to teach that content. The 4 domains. First, let's start with standards. Begin with the end in mind. Analyze what is to be taught, where and when those teachings should begin. Aligning standards to lesson plans, developing units, and pacing guides. This information can be delivered by PLC meetings with school specialists or principals. Professional development in the content area of instruction will be necessary to broaden the teacher's scope of information. Develop a curriculum. Developing learning activities and organize the learning experience. Classroom instruction begins. Monitor the learning. Check for understanding, transferability, and extending knowledge, adding information to the prior knowledge. The instructor will assess and reevaluate as needed. Check for data, evaluating curriculum to determine if it is thorough. The whole process is ongoing and it revolves around student learning. I think I should ask, what does curriculum mean? It refers to the means and materials with which we will interact for purpose of achieving identified educational outcomes. Taking state expectations that set for each grade level and design quality, research-based instruction that reaches all learners and learning styles. Teacher determining the best action to take to provide the best instructional strategies for our students. The driving force behind curriculum, state standards, of course. What are state standards? Standards spell out what students are expected to learn in each grade and each subject. Standards become the basis for the way teachers are trained, guiding what they teach and the sequence that it is taught. The curriculum development process. The first step in the process is to look at content and state standards, examine them closely, determine what should be taught and when. The sequence of events in teaching is very important. If you jump ahead, there'll be gaps and holes in the learning. In designing the design, collect the data as we have said before, identify the desired results, outcome and mapping by all stakeholders. Everyone needs to be involved so that they can buy into this product. Determine acceptable evidence. Design assessment plan. Assessment plan should be agreed upon by all stakeholders. Planning learning experiences. This is the fun time. This is what teachers enjoy. Identify courses and sequence of instruction. Learning activities are created. Evaluate. Evaluate the learnings and evaluate them again. Check for transferability and extended knowledge. While building your curriculum, you should align standards. Gather your assessment data. Chart the data by content standards. Make it big so everyone can come in and see this, and it is aligned on the wall and you can see holes and gaps. Analyze the data. Write a school improvement goal or develop activities to carry out that goal based on analysis of the data. Develop learnings that are aligned with the content standards, which is very important. In developing the curriculum, you should try to pinpoint and identify problems and the general needs of assessment. What assessment will you use? It is best to use a variety of assessments to meet all learning styles and needs. Make sure that there are clear and concise goals and objectives. Develop educational strategies. Implement the curriculum. It must implement with enthusiasm to spark the learner. You always want the learner to be engaged. Evaluate and give feedback on the curriculum as well as feedback to the students so that the learnings are guided by the teacher. Misinterpretations are corrected by feedback. Remember, curriculum designs should be made for valid educational reasons, not for non-educational reasons. Not to just teach something just because you like to teach it. Stick to your pacing, guides, or design. Curriculum decisions of a permanent nature should be made on the basis of the best available evidence. Everyone should work together so that everyone buys in to the changes of the curriculum. After the information is delivered through PLCs or faculty meetings, professional development will be necessary to strengthen the teacher's information about the content. We learn, then do. Powerful professional development needs to be embedded in the curriculum development process. Development leadership structure. Structures need to be in place to allow curriculum developers and leaders to supervise or work closely with building principals. Leaders can help teachers improve student achievement by implementing best instructional practices for teaching high content standards. Sometimes you may find that there are missing factors. If the curriculum is not evaluated for missing connections, curriculum that is not data-driven, if the expected learning outcomes are not met, if the teachers don't buy in to the curriculum, failing to revise when revision is necessary, listening to teachers for feedback. Monitor, monitor, monitor. Make sure to monitor. Make sure the desired goals are being met. If the desired goals are not met, learning expectations will not be made. The instruction is what was intended by the unit of study. Make sure the delivery of the content follows sequence in the instruction. Learning is ongoing without gaps. This will allow us to fill in the gaps or holes if needed, if it's monitored and monitored closely. If we need professional development to strengthen the teachers, we can add extra or more professional development, PLC information in our PLCs or faculty meetings. Evaluate and review the design. Evaluate to make sure that the curriculum is thorough. If it is meeting the needs of the learner, making sure that goals don't need to be adjusted or changed to match the data and assessments. Are all the domains equal players? Yes. The 4 domains are needed to develop a cohesive curriculum. With the 4 domains, students receive an education without gaps, participate in essential learning experiences, demonstrate improved achievement and performance.